By all accounts, the Steam machine is pretty awesome, but way too expensive. However, we don't have to have a Steam machine in order to have a Steam machine experience. Last year, I built my own Steam machine, and up until this point, I've been running Bazzite on it. But I wanted to have the full Steam machine experience, and that means I wanted to have SteamOS. So I decided to wipe Bazzite off my machine and install SteamOS on there, and I figured I would show you guys a step-by-step process of how that's done. If that sounds good, get subscribed, get comfortable, let's get started. If you are still paying full price for games, you don't have to. This is Eneba.com, a massive gaming marketplace with over 40,000 products, including game keys, gift cards, and more. Games that go for $60 or $70 on Steam, you can find them cheaper on Eneba. For example, right now, Resident Evil Village is on sale on Steam for 75% off, but it's actually cheaper on Eneba.com. And Eneba isn't just limited to Steam. You can also get Xbox Game Pass, PS Plus, and Steam wallet cards as well. If it's digital, Eneba has it for less. Eneba uses verified sellers and is trusted by millions, which is why it has an excellent Trustpilot rating. And your code lands in your email just a few minutes after buying. Plus, they do cashback on lots of orders so you can save even more. So if you want to pay less for the games that you're going to be buying anyway, check out the link in the description down below or pinned in the comments, and if you use that link, you are supporting the channel and saving money at the same time. Now back to the episode. So the first thing that we have to do is download a different program in order to take the file that we're going to download from Valve and write it to a thumb drive. Then we can take that thumb drive, put it in our computer, and get SteamOS installed. This software is called Rufus, although if you're working on a Mac, then you would use Balena Etcher. And if you're on Linux, there's a completely different example to show you how to do that. I'm not going to get into that today because I don't want to steer people the wrong direction. You can find Rufus at this website right here. And I've got that linked down below the like button so that you guys can get there easily enough. If you scroll down here, you're going to see a spot that says download, and it has a bunch of options. I've just downloaded the Rufus 4.14.exe. It might have a different number by the time you get there, but that's how you're going to do it. Once you have it downloaded, this is not something that you have to install. It's just like an exe that just runs. So you're going to put that on your system somewhere, and you are going to launch that software. Next, we have to download the file that contains the actual SteamOS operating system from Valve. Link down below that like button that's going to take you directly to this page. And on this page, if you scroll down here to where it says installing SteamOS, it says download the SteamOS image right here. All you have to do is click on this. It's going to give you the end user license agreement, which you can scroll through and read if you want, but I'm just going to say, yes, I agree. And I'm going to download that now. And then once that's downloading, we're going to jump into Rufus. First, you have to choose your device. Make absolutely sure that you are choosing the correct device because it is going to format that device and you won't have anything that's on there anymore. So make sure that you're not picking the wrong thing. Then you have to either set it to be non-bootable, disk, MS-DOS, or FreeDOS. I'm going to say it's going to be a disk or an ISO image. And then over here, I'm going to press the select button and I'm going to select my ISO, which is in my downloads folder. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And then I am all ready to start. So it says that I'm ready and I'm going to hit start. It's going to say, warning, are you sure that you want to do this? Because it's going to delete everything. And I'm going to say, okay. And it says, hey, hold up. This drive contains multiple partitions. This may include partitions volumes that are not listed or even visible to Windows. Should you wish to proceed, you are responsible for any loss of data on these partitions. And I'm going to say, yes, go ahead, because I know that there's nothing on this device that I have to worry about. Then here you can see that it's going to start writing the image, and I just have to wait until it's all done. And I wanted to take a second to remind everybody about our Parody merch store. We've got some really cool designs that you can check out, including DRM, He Doesn't Like You, Ramageddon, as well as Rampocalypse. If you haven't checked it out yet, there's a link down below. Now let's get back to the install. And here we can see writing image is now at 100%, but it's not quite finished yet. We can still see that the counter is increasing, and on the bottom it says, please wait. But as soon as it's done, we'll be ready to go grab our computer. Oh, and now you can see that it is done because it just popped that up. So now I've got my living room PC over here, and what I'm going to do is insert the USB drive and then go ahead and turn it on, and we can see what happens. And as it's booting, I'm spamming the delete key on my keyboard because that's going to let me get into the BIOS. So now you can see that I'm in my BIOS, but your BIOS might look different than mine. What you're going to look for is boot or advanced mode. I don't see boot anywhere on here, so I'm going to go into my advanced mode. And then up here at the top, we have boot. Now, currently it is set to boot straight from my hard drive, my M.2 drive that's currently inside the machine, but I want it to boot from my USB drive. I cannot remember if it's partition 1 or partition 2, so I'm going to select partition 1. I'm going to select partition 2 for my first fallback, and then if neither of those work, it's going to boot from the internal hard drive. Now that I've got that set up, I'm going to go ahead and hit easy mode, and then I'm going to say save and exit. It's going to say you have not made any changes to your BIOS settings, so wait a second. Yes, I did. So I'm going to go ahead and exit. And I'm going to say okay, and let's see what happens. All right, it looks like it actually worked, and it's setting everything up for me now. So once you've got it up and running, this is what it's going to look like, and you have 4 options. The 4th option is the one that you want to go with, wipe device and install SteamOS. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on that. It says this action will wipe and reinstall SteamOS on this device. It will permanently destroy all data on your device. This cannot be undone. Choose proceed only if you wish to wipe and reinstall this device. And I'm going to say proceed. All right. At the end, it says action successful, reimaging complete. Choose proceed to reboot now or cancel to stay in the repair image. I'm going to hit proceed. And bam, it looks like we are all set. So I already have my mouse and keyboard hooked up. My Steam controller is not currently hooked up, but it wants me to. So let me go grab the puck. So let's go ahead and select our language as English. I'm going to go ahead and set mine as Eastern time. Nope, that's not correct. We're going to go back one. Yeah, okay, here we go. Montreal and New York. And I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to get on Wi-Fi. Connect. Continue. And now it's updating SteamOS. By the way, while it's doing this, I can go ahead and remove my USB drive from the back of the PC as we don't need that anymore. And we're just about done installing the updates, at which point it's probably going to reboot. And it just came back up after installing the updates. I turned on my Steam controller and it's updating the puck, although I'm pretty sure my Steam controller puck was already on the latest firmware, but I think maybe this machine just doesn't know that. Ever since the Steam controller came out, I keep seeing updates to the puck firmware over and over again, and now it needs me to plug it directly into my Steam controller. It'll update that as well. Okay, it looks like we're in for our first setup. So now I'm going to go ahead and click. Oh, my controller is not working. So I'm going to switch over to mouse and I say next and select my output device. I'm not sure which output device I'm going to use. It's definitely not going to be the ROG Raikiri Xbox Wireless because that's a controller that I use on my Xbox, not on this. But I'll say it's the ATI HDMI. And next. And now I need to open up my Steam app on my phone. And I'm going to scan the QR code. And I'm going to say, go ahead and sign in. All right, it looks like we're ready to start. It says Steam menu. Press the Steam button to access your library. Press any button to continue. It tells me about the quick access menu, which is great. I'm going to move my mouse out of the way so I can't bump it again. You can set up parental controls if you want to, and it looks like we are all done. And now, look at that, SteamOS. Now, one thing that I wanted to point out is when I was running this PC on Bazzite, I was unable to wake the system using the Steam controller. But now running SteamOS, It boots up no problem. All I have to do is grab my controller and press the Steam button. And now from a convenience standpoint, the only difference between my machine and a Steam machine is I don't have a CEC. So I still have to turn on my TV and receiver, but pressing 2 buttons is really not that big of an ask. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below that like button. Thank you so much for watching. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. From the Nerd Nest, I'm Bill. Stay rad, and I'll see you on the next one.